Hi everyone. I must admit I'm always very appreciative of all the comments that I receive. Well, all apart from one cartoon character, but I've made it perfectly clear to them that if they wish to partake in a debate, then it'll have to be respectful and it'll have to be as a live debate. In the meantime, I will just systematically delete everything that this cartoon character writes. I've made it perfectly clear that, we need respectful debate. You need to not be a coward. You need to come on respectfully and debate the case. But I suspect, as I say, that you're pretty much a coward, and I don't think that will ever happen. But if you are, then the invite is there. I say, in the meantime, I'll simply delete your messages. I don't even read them. They are worthless at the moment. They are falling on deaf ears. When yesterday I got a comment from Life Perplexed, particularly pleased about that. I have huge respect for Laura, as I do for the 4 YouTube channels that were mainly up and running when I first started following the case were, of course, Ali Apperson, Casey Martinez, Mama Phoenix, Laura, Perplexed QT, and of course the dude himself. And they've all got different styles, and they all bring something to the Making a Murder community. And the Making a Murder community is better for having supporters of diverse backgrounds, I believe. Interestingly, one of the things that Laura said in one of her videos was that she was deliberately keeping her distance from the Avery family, which is fully understandable. It's so that she's got a slightly different perspective on the case than people who have got close to the family. And also it's somewhat distressing at times if you get close to people and you can see that they are going through so much pain with the situation. Then that's another reason for sort of stepping back and keeping a distance, as it were. But looking back to the Making a Murderer when I first watched it in 2016 and thinking about where we are with the case now, I think huge discoveries have been made. I think there has been hugely important things have been discovered. But what hasn't changed is the question is, well, what are we supporting? Well, I believe that we're supporting that even second-class citizens, even citizens that live on a scrapyard in Manitowoc County, even the likes of Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey deserve a fair trial. They deserve a fair trial based on real evidence, presented in front of a fair jury, and with a presumption of innocence, which means that they have to be proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And I think you would all agree, none of that happened. None of that took place. So our frustration is understandable because the legal system is excruciatingly slow. And of course, the big problem is we've no one to complain to. The legal system are the custodians of that system. And they, through obviously Garn and Fallon and Wiegert and Kratz and Fassbender and now Stukovich, have done all they possibly can to pervert the course of justice and to obstruct the truth coming out. Now, I must admit, when I first watched Making a Murderer, I thought, well, Teresa could have been killed anywhere. There was much suspicion, wasn't there, that she had actually gone to the Zipporahs after Stephen Avery and could have accidentally been killed at the Zipporah residence. However, as things have transpired, one of the problems for Stephen Brendan is the fact that we now realise that Teresa Holbach was almost certainly murdered in the Cuss Road area. And that brings the, the place of her demise right to the Avery, next to the Avery salvage yard. And that is a problem. That is why some people would start to think, maybe there's more to this than we know at the moment. But as I say, it still doesn't alter the fact that there was another affair trial. They were not proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And certainly the case that was presented was with completely bogus evidence, to the extent where we all know that the vote was 7 people in favour of innocent. How did that suddenly change? I think there's a lot that we need to know about the vote swapping and possible coercion and threatening from particularly the Calumet County Sheriff's Department. So, I have huge respect for perplexed Cutie, Casey and Ali. And, I'd like to see all of these originals putting out loads more content on Making a Murderer. But I can understand frustrations. I think Kathleen Zellner herself is the one that probably feels most frustrated at all. Stephen Avery and Brendan have the patience of a saint, but then there's not a lot they can do about it in their position. Although, isn't it interesting how Steve talks about, 1 minute you're free and the next minute you're locked up, and and all of a sudden everything clicks into place and you're free again. When Stephen does get his freedom, again, it could be a very, very quick and swift process. And I do appreciate, Laura, your comment about the dude would have been proud. And I think the dude is proud of so many people. I've done a list here of the people that I've come into contact with as YouTubers. And apologies if I've missed anybody else, but I've written down now, we've got Linda, Millbilly, Rubber Ducky, Foul Play, Tracy Strunsey, basically a lawyer, Fen and Julie, 80 More Things. We've got Jerome in Belgium, Diane and Jane Sharp, Mark Hoddenett, Fresh Start Monday, Dave Begotka, Sharon's Sunshine, and apologies, I've racked my brains, I've probably missed 1 or 2 people out, and I apologise for that. But I think that's what the dude would be particularly proud of, would be all these, this proliferation of people presenting videos about the case, talking about the case, which is what Dean Strang and Jerry Buting have gone on about, As I say, Laura, I fully understand your frustration at the slowness of this case. It really should have been that as soon as Making a Murderer came out, the state of Wisconsin should have carried out an investigation straight away and not have Calumet do that investigation. They should have sent in proper investigators to see what's happening. One can only suspect that the corruption goes way, way up the food chain, as I think Kathleen Zellner has discovered and is discovering as this process unfolds. Anyway, much love and respect to you, Laura, and thank you for your kind words. And, I look forward to, seeing this case resolved eventually. And that would be a great day for truth and justice for Steve, Brendan and Teresa. Okay, that's really all I've got time to say, all I want to say at this moment about that. So I'll say cheerio. We'll catch you again soon. If I don't do anything before the weekend, 12:30 my time, In fact, 12 o'clock my time, so 9 o'clock Australia time. Tracy Keogh is going to have a chat with me. And then, of course, our regular Monday with Dr. Silkman. Look forward to that. Okay, we'll catch you all soon. Bye for now.